Little Pony mystery, a My Little Pony mystery. It's a My Little Pony mystery, a My Little Pony mystery, a My Little Pony mystery. We're back, we're back, we're back. And so's he. Da, 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 da. Where did the black ponies come from? Side B. At 7 o'clock the following day, the ponies were still stuck to the cloud trap.
I almost wish that the Black Pony of Darkness would come and take us off of this horrible sticky stuff,
said Dodge.
I know that it would only be for nasty reasons, but at least then we wouldn't be stuck out here in all weathers, and it is so hot. Well, I certainly don't want to be found by the Black Pony of Darkness,
said Twinkle.
I would prefer that we could escape of our own. Oh dear, what are the words that I want to use? Oh no, I can't think. Well, I just wish that we could escape by ourselves, without any help from anybody.
But I'm afraid that's impossible, Twinkle, said his owner.
Well, I just wish that we could go back in time. To a time before we were stuck to horrible cloud traps, and I was free to eat my cucumber cake,
said Splodge.
And my celery tarts,
said Sparkle.
I wish that we could all go back to a time before that, a time that you two wouldn't remember,
said Lofty.
A time back in the days before the Black Pony came here, wherever he came from. A time when everybody was happy, and we didn't have to live in constant fear that the Black Pony would be coming at any moment. I do not remember those times,
said Dodge.
But I'm sure they would have been great.
And to pass the time on the cloud trap, the ponies, humans, and guinea pigs began to sing a song.
Remember the times before the Black Pony came here,
or safe back at home with nothing to fear.
Times I'm afraid to say you would not remember, Desiree. Times before all these mysteries.
Times were safe to run and play.
I don't remember those times, but I bet it was great.
It seems we were born far too late.
Now we'll never get to go secretly by the lake.
Remember the times when we were free to move.
But I think things cannot get worse. They can only improve.
For the people around me feel so we can become safe.
Things won't be the same. And we'll never know happy days again.
I just wonder where the Black Ponies came from in the first place. That's what we came here to find out. But it doesn't seem like we'll be finding out anything now.
Except, perhaps, what the inside of the Black Pony's castle looks like,
said Dodge.
And I don't think I want to know that. Because when we know that, it will mean that we will be his slaves. Oh, I certainly don't want to know that either,
said Twinkle.
I really don't like the sound of being his slaves at all. Because I'm certain he won't give me any celery tarts.
But perhaps if we could work out where he came from in the first place, there might be a clue to how to get rid of him.
But how can we work it out? You know, work out where he came from in the first place when we are stuck to a cloud trap.
Well, you can't, can you? Said a nasty voice from behind. All of the creatures that were stuck to the cloud trap strained to look over their shoulders towards the one who was speaking, and they saw that it was the Black Pony of Darkness. Behind him stood around 40 other black ponies, and behind them, I'd say around 60 helpers, 22 of them being the helpers that the ponies had seen before. A blue liquid suddenly rained down from above them, and soon they were free from the cloud trap, but not free from the black ponies, who marched them back to the Black Pony of Darkness's castle and put them in a little prison cell, while the ponies and humans decided where all of their new prisoners would be sent, because there were now 40 homes scattered around Nightmare Land, one for each of the black ponies and their specific helpers. The last 20 helpers lived on an upstairs level of the Black Pony of Darkness's castle. The ponies, humans and guinea pigs remained silent while they listened, but the black ponies and their helpers walked out of the room to finish their discussion. And so the ponies, guinea pigs and humans would not discover where they were being sent until tomorrow. They would not know who would be split up from the others, and which groups each of them would be sent in. And how were they ever to escape? Because if one of the 40 groups managed to get out, how would they save their friends who would be locked in 39 different places before any of the black ponies or helpers noticed them? Or worse still, would some of their friends outside Nightmare Land come to save them and get captured themselves? Would that keep happening until the whole of Ponyland was deserted of its rightful inhabitants, and the Black Pony was free to take over with his new slaves? They hoped not. They would have to find a way to escape. But right now, having been stuck on that cloud trap for an entire day, they just had to go to sleep. But they would wake up tomorrow and think of a plan before the black ponies decided where each of their prisoners was to go. The ponies back in Dream Valley, Paradise Land, and Ponyville, and Butterfly Island of course, had been worrying about their missing friends all day. The ponies who had gone off to Nightmare Land to find out about the black ponies had not returned, and so it was that a group of ponies were gathering outside Paradise Estate from all of these places, ready to go on a quest to Nightmare Land to find their missing friends. What they didn't know was that the Black Pony, or rather several of his helpers, were watching them from a storm cloud above their heads, and so would be quite prepared to capture them by the time the ponies arrived. It was now about 3:20 in the afternoon, and the ponies were all going to go in hot air balloons, which the ponies from Ponyville and Butterfly Island had ridden to Dream Valley in. This meant that they would get there much quicker than the original ponies who'd gone to Nightmare Land in search of more information about the black ponies. In fact, they would be there in just a couple of hours' time. The black ponies' helpers who watched them from the storm cloud knew this, and flew back to Nightmare Land on their black cloud as quickly as they possibly could to work out their next plan to capture even more slaves for their black pony friends. The ponies arrived in Nightmare Land at 25 to 6 that evening. There were 4 hot air balloons full of them, and also some Pegasus ponies who flew alongside. Starflower, Pinwheel, Skydancer, Bowtie, Applejack, Twilight, Powder, Moondancer, Sparkler, and Glory climbed out of the first hot air balloon. These ponies had come from the fields surrounding Dream Castle. Ponies who had come from Dream Valley were in the second hot air balloon. These included Posy, Cherry's Jubilee, Magic Star, Cupcake, Lickety Split, Shady, Ribbon, Gusty, Buttons, Mimic, Galaxy, Fizzy, Sweet Stuff, and Gingerbread. Many ponies from Paradise Land were in the third hot air balloon. The fourth hot air balloon was the hot air balloon that ponies from Ponyville and Butterfly Island were riding in. These included Fluttershy, Kimono, Sparkleworks, Minty, Rainbow Dash, Sunny Days, Wisteria, Sweetberry, Crystal Lace, Periwinkle, Heather Winds, Sea Spray, Fizzy Pop, Island Rainbow, Waterfire, Thistle Whistle, Lavender Lake, Tangerine Sunset, Pineapple Paradise, Beachcomber, Desert Palm, Summerberry, Cloud Climber, Honolulu, Hidden Treasure, Breezy Dreams, and Banana Split. Firefly Medley, Heartthrob Surprise, Paradise, Wind Whistler, North Star, Masquerade, Whizzer, and Locket flew alongside the hot air balloons. The ponies had been searching for their missing friends for around 15 minutes when Shady called out to them across the grass,
Why don't we have a look at what's through this gate?
All of the ponies raced over and ran through the gate, straight on to the cloud trap. They didn't have to wait as long as the ponies who they had come to search for had to wait, because the Black Pony of Darkness, and of course the other black ponies and helpers, came almost immediately. Even more ponies to become our slaves. Well, that solves one problem, said the Black Pony. I think that now there are quite enough of them to go round. There's quite enough of them to be spread fairly throughout all of our houses, so that all of us will have at least one slave. He laughed as the blue liquid rained down, and they marched the ponies back to his castle. Altogether there were 80 ponies, 4 guinea pigs and 2 humans, so the black ponies decided at 5 to 6 that they could each have 2 pony slaves, 2 in each of the 40 homes around Nightmare Land, and the 4 guinea pigs and 2 humans would be kept in the castle, which was the biggest building of the lot, and where all of the extra 20 helpers lived. Nobody knew as yet which ponies would be split up from their friends and sent to which homes. Nobody knew, and nobody would know until tomorrow, when the black ponies and their helpers made that decision. I don't really see what decision we're supposed to make. They all look as useless as each other to me, said Mary Clarkton. Yes, Mary, they probably are, said her black pony friend, the Black Pony of Darkness. But I thought I would give you the choice anyway, since it was my idea to put the cloud trap there. I decide how we shall split the ponies up And I say, Mary, that you can choose. Well, I say that it would be better to put all of their names into a box, and each of you black ponies and us, your helpers. She looked at the black pony in a very strange way, as though this was some kind of code name for them. Like they weren't referred to as helpers when their prisoners weren't around. But the ponies were too busy listening to the next bit of what she was saying to take too much notice of that last bit. Each of us can take one name out of the box, and that will be our pony slave. An excellent idea, Mary, said the black pony of darkness. So when shall we do it? Asked the black pony of lightning. And where will we do it? Asked the black pony of nightmares. I say, said the black pony of darkness, we will do it here, in this castle, in front of their prison cell, so that they know what their futures are. After all, it's only fair that they should know where they're going. We'll do it at 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. But just because I'm letting you all know what your futures are, don't think that those futures are going to be very good. And he and his helpers walked out of the room where the ponies were locked up and slammed the door behind them. Oh, what are we gonna do? Asked Truly. I just don't know, and whatever happens, I'm staying in this castle, said Twinkle. And I don't want to be split up. I don't want to lose contact with my owner.
No, neither do I,
said Dodge, looking up at his owner.
Well, at least I'll be staying with my owner,
said Splodge.
Because he said that you're staying in this castle, Desiree, didn't he?
Yes, said Desiree, but we're not going to stay in this castle. We're going to escape. Well, I'll help you think of a plan, because I, the luckiest guinea pig on earth, am able to stay with my owner as well. Because I will be staying in the castle with you too, Desiree, won't I? I just wish that we could all stay together and work out a plan to get out of here, said Desiree. But that's impossible. If they split us up into 40 groups of 2, there is no way that even the 6 of us ponies who came here to find out about the black ponies originally can stay together. Lancer looked around at Truly, Lofty, Pinkie Pie, Kiwi Tart, and Shellbell. If we're very lucky, said Truly, 2 of us will be able to stay in the castle with you, Desiree, and perhaps we will be able to work out a plan together. More likely, though, it will be 2 of the ponies who came to help us who will stay in the castle.
Anyway, it's only 2 of us stay in the castle with Desiree, Sharkle, Sludge, Twinkle, Dodge, and Jackie. Who will it be before who will have to leave? I hope it's not he,
said Kiwi Tart.
Or me,
said Shellbell.
I hope that I don't have to leave, Kiwi Tart.
Well, I would hope that it wasn't me, said Pinkie Pie. But I think that whoever gets to stay in the castle with Desiree, Jackie, Sparkle, Splodge, Twinkle, and Dodge has got a better chance of working out a plan to escape. Because, well, there'll be more of us to work on a plan. But I probably won't come up with very many good ideas.
and so I don't think I'd be the best one to stay in the castle.
Well, I don't think there's much point discussing this,
said Jackie.
because we don't have a say in the matter, do we?
Anyway,
Said Lofty.
we're not still gonna be here at 8 o'clock tomorrow, are we?
She looked around at the other ponies.
Because I'm going to have thought of a way out by then. There's got to be a way out of here. And I'm going to find it.
The ponies looked at the yellow Pegasus, hopefully. Perhaps she was right. Perhaps they would have escaped by tomorrow. They all hoped so. But it seemed very unlikely as they looked around at the stone walls and the locked wooden door. But there was always a chance, and that was what the ponies decided to think about. They hoped they could come up with a plan, because they didn't like the thought of all being split up and sent to different homes around Nightmare Land. They didn't want to be the Black Pony's slaves, so they hoped that Lofty was right, and that she could get them out of the prison by 8 o'clock tomorrow. They could dream about these things, even though they knew that their dreams would probably not come true. Everybody who was trapped in the prison searched desperately for a way out the following day, but at 25 to 8 they still hadn't found one. And then Mary Cluckton and Eleanor Glastonbury walked in carrying a huge box. There were obviously lots of pieces of paper inside, which rustled around as the two humans placed the box down.
Well, it looks like we failed then,
said Splodge, huddling in the corner of the cell.
They're here now, and we didn't get out.
Were you actually hoping to get out, dirty-faced guinea pig? Asked Mary Cluckton, looking at the poor little guinea pig trembling in the corner. There is no way out of here. And Mary Cluckton and Eleanor Glastonbury laughed as they left the room. What are we gonna do? Asked Truly. I don't think there's any way to get out of this place.
Don't give up yet,
said Lofty.
There must be a way out of here some way. We've just gotta find it before the Black Ponies and his helpers come into this room and send us all to different places in Nightmare Land. Then there'll be no way for us all to escape.
I'm sorry, Lofty,
But we've tried all day,
said Sparkle.
There is no way out of here. No way at all, at least that I can see,
said Twinkle.
I can't see any way out of here. No, neither can I,
said Dodge. I think you're probably right there, Dodge. There's no way out of here. We can't give up. Not until they come back. We've still got a few minutes. But even though it was only 7:45, already the Black Ponies and his helpers were coming into the prison cell and gathering around the ponies.
This is all my fault,
said Shady.
I must have brought this bad luck down on all of you.
No, this would have happened anyway, said Desiree. Right, said Mary Cluckton. We have had a change of plan. So we are now informing you ponies that to draw out the suspense of which of you will be sent off to which buildings, you will not find out who each of you will belong to until tomorrow. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning. Aren't we being kind to you? Said the Black Pony of Darkness. It will give you another night to try and find a way of escaping. But you won't find one, because this cell is completely sealed. And all of the ponies and their helpers, and several rats who had followed them, walked out of the door. So he's giving us just one more day. One more day to get away, said Lofty. Do you remember those lines? The Black Pony used them hoping to scare us, about 3 years ago now. But that time, he was using those words when he was trying to scare us out of Ponyland and down onto Earth. We got away. We got down onto Earth. In fact, a lot of the little ponies, including me, didn't want to believe that the Black Pony was really coming back. And we just went on playing a game of bouncer catch. But Truly and Lancer saved us, she said, looking at the two ponies gratefully. But this time, we all know that the Black Ponies will be back at 11 o'clock tomorrow. And anyway, we haven't got any balls to play bouncer catch with. So this time, we can concentrate fully on getting away. And if we all got away safely last time, then I think that we can all get away safely this time, said Desiree. We'll search again for a way out tonight. I only hope that we can find one, she said. At 11:30 the following day, the ponies, guinea pigs and humans were still waiting to find out where their new homes would be. And then, just as they were beginning to think that perhaps the Black Ponies and their helpers were not actually coming to draw the names out of the box, they saw the door open and all of the evil creatures marching in. Sorry to keep you waiting, said the Black Pony of Darkness, but all of us were just discussing what we were going to do with our new slaves. Yes, said Mary Cluckton, we were just talking about what we would do if we didn't like the way our new slaves looked. How we would change their appearances. And she began to laugh, a long, evil cackle, before the Black Pony of Darkness said, shall we get on with it then? And all the ponies, guinea pigs and humans could do was stand back and wait to find out where they would be sent, because none of them had been able to find a way out of the prison. All of the Black Ponies and their helpers drew out a name each, before the Black Pony of Lightning said, we will now announce which of you will be sent to the top 22 Black Ponies. The rest of you will be sent to the other 18 Black Ponies and their helpers. But you will not know where you're going until you have been led there. And the Black Pony of Darkness began to read the results, and as each name was listed, the Black Pony and his helper led off their new slaves. Eleanor and Lightning, North Star and Magic Star.
Listen out.
Said
Ashley
Splodge.
and
Nightmares.
Then
Bright Eyes
perhaps
and
we'll find
Twinkle.
out where all of the
Susan
ponies are
and
going,
Gloom.
Desiree.
Masquerade and Sweet Tooth.
Well, I haven't heard
John
any of us
and
mentioned
Hatred.
yet.
Cherry's Jubilee
Desiree quickly
and
looked
Thistle
around at
Whistle.
Trudy, Lancer, Lofty, Pinkie Pie,
Ronnie
Pee-wee
and
Tart,
Curses.
and Shellbell.
Sparkler and Beachcomber. Rob.
No, I don't
Fonda,
think that
Lick
we've been
Split
listed
and
yet.
Banana
Said Sparkle. Also listen out and see if you can
Mark
find out the
and
first
Rain,
names of
Lavender
those
Lake
two helpers
and
that we don't
Starlight,
know.
Holly
Because
and Storms,
I may have been let off
Tangerine
by someone
Sunset
by then.
and Bonbon,
Don't worry,
Maple
we
and
will.
Terror,
Because I'm going to get us out of
Sundance
here.
and
Said
Moondance,
Lofty. The ponies began listening
Barbara
carefully
and Evil,
for their
Wind
names
Whistler
again.
and Mimic, Donna and Dread, Sweet Stuff and Half Note, Lucy and Dusk, Ribbon and Paradise, Katie and Horror, Periwinkle and Melody, Freddie and Night, Truly and Fizzy Pop, James,
My owner is going off to some other place. I'm going to be split up with her.
Fear,
Said Twinkle,
Cupcake and Applejack,
and Truly was led off.
Andrew and Fright, Rainbow Dash and Firefly, Katie and Doom, Kiwi Tart
Oh yeah,
and
I'm
Posy,
going to be split up from Shellbell.
Shane and Misery, Pinkie Pie and Shellbell, Maggie
Luckily,
and
Kiwi Tart
Disasters,
heard that before she left,
Starflower
and so at least
and
she knew where her
Sweetheart,
friend was going.
Sarah and Misfortune, Pineapple Paradise and Desert Palm. Mary and I will be keeping
Oh, I hope it's
Sparkle,
me, because
Slog,
I might be
Twinkle,
able to find a
Dodge.
way out of
Those
here.
disgusting
Said
guinea
Lofty.
pigs.
They
The
listened
two
carefully.
Earth humans. And the two ponies known as Lancer and Lofty.
Oh, good.
We will now
I'll get us
leave
out of
the room,
here.
And one by
Said
one, the
Lofty.
rest of us will come and pick up our new slaves and take you all to your new homes.
So we don't know where any of the other ponies are going.
Oh, I do hope that Truly is alright.
Said Twinkle.
I hate to think that anything's going to happen to my owner. Well, at least I'm staying with my owner,
Said Dodge.
so you see, sometimes things do go right. Not always for horrible little ginger guinea pigs, but for the lovely Abyssinian guinea pigs with the beautiful rosettes. Just be quiet, Dodge. You don't understand. You probably wouldn't care as much as I do. Of course I would. I'm sorry, Twinkle, but it's just, well, I shouldn't be like that. But I'm just so glad that I will be staying with my owner at least.
Who did he say those two helpers' names were?
Shane and Maggie. Horrible names. Never heard such horrible names in my life, in fact. Yes, I think those are my least favorite names.
Never mind about that. How are we going to remember them?
Well, can't you write it down?
Said Lofty.
Surely you've got that notebook with you. You always carry it everywhere.
No, I'm sorry, but I didn't bring it. Which is quite fortunate, really. It was getting quite full up, and so I brought a new one. And then when I was standing on that cloud trap, I lost it somehow. So it's quite lucky that I didn't bring the old blue one. It was a brand new red one,
But it never got written in.
said Dodge.
Oh well, there's plenty more notebooks. The question is, how do we remember those two names? I think the last of our problems is remembering a couple of names.
Said Lofty.
What we gotta do is get out of here and save the other little ponies.
One by one, strange helpers were coming in through the door and taking more of the ponies away. Unfortunately, none of the humans, guinea pigs or ponies standing in the room still recognized any of these new helpers. Desiree was just watching as two particular helpers left the room, two women. She hadn't seen their faces because she'd been concentrating on what Lofty had been saying, but she was sure she recognised the backs of their heads from somewhere. One of the women had something tied around the bottom half of her face. She could be a surgeon or a dentist. She was wearing a white coat and horrible black shoes. She was leading Shady and Bowtie through the door. The other woman Desiree had not got a very good look at, but she was sure just for a split second she'd recognised her. She was also wearing black shoes, very uncomfortable looking black shoes, and she was also wearing a green top, which was designed so that it fell off of one shoulder. It had a little silver heart on the front. Desiree had seen that in a mirror facing the Black Ponies dungeon. Desiree hadn't been able to see the woman's face in the mirror. The top that she was wearing looked rather similar to one that Desiree herself had been given for her previous birthday. She was leading Skydancer and Gusty away from the room. A third woman, who Desiree hadn't taken any notice of as she walked out of the door, was leading away Cloud Climber and Hidden Treasure, the Pegasus ponies from Butterfly Island. Desiree only saw the two ponies being led away, but Jackie, who could see the door from a slightly different angle, standing a few footsteps away from Desiree, said,
Did you see those shoes? I didn't know anybody could have such big feet.
Jackie told Desiree, Lancer, Lofty,
Sparkle, Splodge, Twinkle and Dodge that she had seen a woman wearing enormous black shoes disappearing through the door, with the two Pegasus ponies, Cloud Climber and Hidden Treasure, being dragged along behind her on ropes which were attached to uncomfortable looking bridles, which they were being forced to wear.
We're never going to escape from here with all these helpers around, Desiree said.
Yes, we will,
said Lofty.
I'll get us out of here. Somehow.
All of them looked around, but now that the wooden door had been closed behind the last of the helpers, it seemed as if there was no way they could ever get out, and especially since they had to find all of their friends who were in so many different places around Nightmare Land before they could go back home. On Monday the 18th of July, all of the ponies, humans and guinea pigs were still trapped in the individual homes scattered around Nightmare Land. Nobody had managed to escape. All weekend they had had to work hard for the Black Ponies and their helpers, cleaning the insides of all of the houses.
I never imagined how long it would take to clean a castle. I didn't know I could possibly raise this much dirt in a raccoon's castle,
said Dodge. He was holding a duster in his mouth, which was why he was so hard to understand.
I'm fed up with it. I'm not going to do any more cleaning.
He dropped the duster.
At least, not until I'm given some cucumber-teak. I am fed up with this. We haven't had much food at all.
It's you're still with your owner. I don't even know what my owner is, said Twinkle.
I do wish I brought my lucky hat with me. If I brought that with me, then perhaps we would have found a way out by now.
I don't think there is a way out, said Desiree. Lofty's been looking all weekend. She said that she'd get us out, and we're still here. If there was a way out, she'd have found it by now. We can't give up, though. We gotta find a way out of here somehow. Because we've gotta save the rest of the ponies.
Yes, but how are we ever gonna do it?
Said Splodge.
If there is no way out.
But didn't you just listen to your brother's owner? Asked Sparkle. He said that there must be a way out.
Yeah, but let's see someone find one. As Desiree says, Lofty's been looking all weekend, hasn't she? She hasn't found any way out.
As Dodge spoke, Lofty came flying towards them.
I found one,
she cried.
Found what?
Asked Splodge.
You should be looking for a way out, you know. Not whatever it is that you found. But that's what I found, a way out.
The Black Pony of Darkness and the helpers who lived in the castle had gone out to a meeting somewhere in the woods just behind Nightmare Land, and so Lofty was able to speak as loudly as she liked.
I found one ground floor window that hasn't been boarded up. You know, those windows down the bottom that haven't got any glass in them.
Lancer, Desiree, Jackie, Sparkle, Splodge, Twinkle and Dodge raced after the Pegasus pony, who flew out of the window. As I say, all of the helpers were out, and luckily, every single one of their houses had a door which was locked from the inside, but not locked from the outside. The houses were in very strange shapes. There was one shaped like a skateboard, and another one shaped like a fish. But the ponies, guinea pigs and humans did not have time to think about this. They just had to release all of the ponies. Soon they had let all of the MLPs out of the houses, and all of the ponies wished to speak at once.
That Mark Alder that we were stuck with is the most horrible human I've ever known. He made us work so hard at cleaning his house,
said Lavender Lake.
Yes, he certainly did, said Starlight. And I never thought anyone was going to come and save us. That was absolutely dreadful,
added Gusty.
I agree with you,
said Skydancer.
But the strange thing is, that woman who led us off didn't seem that bad. It was almost as if she'd been talked into becoming a Black Pony helper.
Well, I'd like it if you repeat all your stories when we get back home, so I can write them down in my notebook, said Lancer.
Yes, I can't wait to get home. Then we can have some nice cucumber cake.
And so all of the ponies, humans and guinea pigs began to race towards Paradise Estate, where they would tell their stories to each other before going home. They were nearing Paradise Estate when Lancer said, "We never did find out where the Black Ponies came from in the first place." And then, as though in answer to this, a note fell from the sky with pink writing on it. Well, darling, that gave me quite a fright. Not the Black Pony of fright, though. I don't want him ever mentioned again, said Rainbow Dash. Well, is anybody going to pick it up, darlings?
Yes, I will.
Lofty leapt forward and picked up the note. She began to read it aloud.
You wanted to know where the Black Ponies came from in the first place,
she read.
Sadly, I cannot answer that question, because I do not know myself. I do know, though, that the Black Pony of Darkness was first seen in the Black Mountains quite a while ago, back in 1996, I believe. I know this because it was actually me who saw him and warned the rest of the ponies. Unfortunately, it just meant that we all called some humans to help us, but what they did was dreadful. Not that anybody ever found out about it. They managed to capture me, and that was the start of how there came to be so many Black Ponies now. It all happened when... and then the note is torn in half. There's some black writing on the back, which says, I don't think you need to read the rest of this message. And it's signed from the Black Pony of Darkness. Well, even if we didn't solve that mystery, there are plenty of others to be solved. And we will solve that mystery in the end. I'm certain of it, said Truly. So solving all of our mysteries is a splendid idea, I think.
said Twinkle.
But first of all, let's go back to Paradise Estate and eat some celery tarts. Perhaps one of the pony stories will help us solve one of our mysteries.
And so they all raced back to Paradise Estate, where they had a party to celebrate escaping from the Black Ponies. One day all of their mysteries would be solved, and what a happy day that would be.
Come on, join the My Little Ponies and all of their friends. Join in with all the adventures waiting round the bend. They have lots of mysteries, but we'll solve them in the end. So come and join the My Little Ponies. Come and join the My Little Ponies. 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 My Little Ponies.
Look out for My Little Pony Mystery number 8. Why did the Black Ponies come to Ponyland? Available in all good bookshops from the 1st of August 2005.